If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcast, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's ANCHOR for the app, or go to ANCHOR.fm to get started. I love using Anchor, and it's how I got started on my podcast, and I highly recommend. So please give Anchor a download and a try if podcast is on your needs. Welcome to Dirty Secrets of Massage. I am your host, Ava, and I'll be telling you the dirty truth about the massage therapy industry, different clients I encounter, and all things massage. Please send any questions or topic requests to dirtysecretsofmassage@yahoo.com. Welcome. It's been a little more than a week maybe, but for some reason it seems like it's been longer than that. And that's because I've been doing a lot of work on myself and getting things figured out. And as you know, there's always some rambunctious baloney going on at the office that I work at. And that building manager has moved in a hairdresser right next to me, and she's got an obnoxious little bratty kid that likes to come running around and just being loud and obnoxious. And it always happens to be, within about 30 minutes of when I need to start a session. And so you already know my tolerance for noise is about a 0, maybe a 0.5, but I'm over it. And so after some soul searching and trying to figure some things out, I decided I needed maybe a little part-time job just to get me out of the building and find myself something else to do. And so I found a lady who opened a new spa, and she needed some help. And so I agreed to work for her a couple days a week. Well, that couple days a week turned into 6 days a week, and so now I'm working for her pretty much full time. And she's paying me very well, and I'm actually quite surprised that she's paying me as much as she is. And the reason really she's paying me as good as she is because I convinced her to raise her fee. Because of the building and the location that she's in, she wasn't charging enough. And so I'm her only employee that works as much as I do. And I still have time for my other clients, of course, but she told me I could push all my regular clients to her building, and she won't charge me anything to keep them over there. That is until my lease is up in October, when I have to really close my office. And then at that point, anybody that comes and uses her building that comes to see me, they're going to have to pay her regular fee, and I won't get the whole thing like I normally do now. And so I have a plan for that, of course. And so for now, this is working very well. Sometimes she comes up with some crazy lofty ideas, like trying to make me put out a deposit or hold 2 weeks worth of pay of what she calls just in case money. And that's basically like a deposit in case something happens. And I told her that's not going to happen with me. Not when I bring in thousands of dollars of supplies to enhance the sessions of the people that she brings in. And so with me, she's really hit the mega, because not only do they have the Himalayan hot stones, but we have the hot wax and the really nice linens and the towels. And most of her linens and everything come from the yard sales. And there's nothing wrong with that, except for I'm a little snobby when it comes to linens. Even at my own house, I don't use secondhand linens. I use top of the notch, top of the line, 600 thread count and up, nothing less than that. And of course, nothing comes from Walmart. It all comes from somewhere else. And during my sessions, of course, I like to use flannel, and she doesn't like that either for whatever reason. And so, of course, she tried to make me use different kinds of creams instead of my oils and this and that. And so we're kind of working through the kinks, so to speak, and it's working out much better than it was. Not that it wasn't working out, it's just You got to work through the kinks as you get started. And there's another girl that's working there only on Mondays and Wednesdays, and we had a staff meeting, and she showed up 45 minutes late for the staff meeting, and I was like, who the heck is this chick? Who the heck is this chick? And it comes to find out it is somebody that works at a place that I used to work at. So I find that interesting. And for some reason, she graduated massage school back in 2016 and never got her license because she was so scared to take the test. And she met her husband there, and they got married and had a couple kids. So technically she's a year or so ahead of me as far as schooling goes, but she never did anything with it. So as far as experience goes, she really only has a few months, as she just got licensed, I believe, in December of 2021. And so, of course, she's a little intimidated by me and experience and how to do this and how to do that. But what she doesn't know is when I did my interview at that place that she works at, her husband was the person I had to do my test massage on. So I think it's quite funny. He has a nice body and everything like that. But she would probably lose her mind if she knew that I've seen her husband pretty much naked. But not like that, Come on, y'all, get your heads out of the gutter. But anyhow, she seems okay. I find my first instinct of her is that she's going to start slipping up, and sure enough, today she's already leaving early by 2 hours. It's only like her second or third day, and already the hours are getting cut. Well, I hate to tell you, but you can't make any money if you don't show up. And I've taken a lot of walk-ins and last-minute sessions, but as we all know, I'm always ready and I'm always prepared. And so things are starting to work out quite well. As a matter of fact, on the first day I was there, the shop owner gave me a key to the office, and so now I don't have to worry about her letting me in or me being late, because I tend to overthink how to prepare for something. Like tomorrow I have a healing heat, which is a menu item that I made up for myself. That's just something I made up. Well, the preparation for that is about an hour or so, and of course I overthink everything, and I'll be preparing for that today, actually. And so it'll give me something to do while I sit around and wait to get booked. But I'll tell you what, I haven't made less than $100 each day that I've actually worked. So I've had a minimum of at least 1 to 2, maybe 3 sessions every single day that I've been there. And so this lady's really not only is she making a killing off of me, but I'm making good money off of her too. And so that's where I'm at now. And I like to thank everybody who's listening to my podcast, as we are all collectively at 1.3 thousand listens or clicks. And so for that, I find that to be very interesting. And I'll be going to the swing club again soon. I'm not sure exactly when. But it probably won't be this weekend, as it's Memorial Weekend, and I'll be working on Memorial Day itself. But it will be soon, maybe next weekend, and it needs to be on a Friday because I work on Sundays from 10 to 4, and I'm not trying to be dragging in there. People come in on Sundays for massage more than you think they do. And 10 o'clock is early, if you know what I mean. It's just early, especially if you stayed out till 1 or 2. But what really helps is not drinking, because obviously I wouldn't be able to perform if I was hungover or something like that. And so I'm doing well emotionally. Had some things come up, and there's some investigations going on with that medical examiner I had last week. And so her job is going to be short-lived. It won't be long before she's gone, as there's some higher-ups within the Washington, D.C. area conducting an investigation on her, so her life's about to become extremely miserable. And I'd like to thank my girlfriend, who may or may not be listening to this, who told me to record that exam, and I did. And so I had 49 minutes of basically torture of an interview of an exam for PTSD, and it was not good. It was not good. But we're past that now, and I'm sleeping well, and I'm on some good medication for anxiety, and I seem to be doing well adjusting to that. And so my days are consisting of getting up early like I did before and going to the gym and cleaning my house and running my errands and cutting my yard and getting down to business. And I have a trip coming up at the very, very end of August, and I'll be gone for a few days. I have a little anxiety about that, but I think it'll be okay. I just have to take a break from life, and go out of town and come back. And I feel like it's a forced mental health break, And so I'll be going to New Hampshire and flying into Boston. And what typically feels like for me is when I go somewhere, as soon as I get to the destination, I'm ready to turn around and come home. I get homesick quite a bit these days, and when I was younger, I was never like that. But as I get older, I don't really like leaving the house. I like sleeping in my own bed with my dog, or, sitting up late at night just hanging out with myself or whatever I'm doing. And I like to remind you, if you'd like to subscribe to my OnlyFans, the link is in the bio on the podcast. It talks about OnlyFans. The link is there, Ava Smith 1492. And I have some subscribers now, and so of course I always appreciate them as well. And so that's where I'm at right now, but we will definitely have some drama coming from this shop that I work at. And we will definitely have some drama with some of the clients that come there. And as of now, the clients, they've been going to that lady for a couple years now. And one guy, he was new, and his wife came in yesterday, and I said, "Oh, how's your husband doing?" And she goes, "Oh, he's good, but he's really sore." And for some reason, she said she was sore from her session from the shop owner for several days and was on bed rest for like 3 or 4 days with a migraine. And so that particular girl works in the healthcare field, so she knows better how to take care of herself, and I really think she's just not doing it, as that's not normal. You need to be stretching and drinking water and exercising, not going for a deep tissue massage and then complaining that you're sore for a week after. There's an underlying issue, But what do I know? What do I know? And so what I have learned over the years is that when somebody has a problem, the first person they blame is the massage therapist. They blame the lowest person on the pole. They don't blame the chiropractor. They don't blame the general practitioner, the OBGYN, or they don't blame the physician's assistant. They blame the massage girl because they think we're the dumbest and that we're the ones that caused the problem. They might blame the physical therapist, but most often they blame the massage therapist because for some reason we're not really as respected in the healthcare field as obviously the other fields with more education. So they think we're stupid and that we're the ones that did the damage, when actually there's an underlying issue, or they're just stupid and not taking care of themselves, which, that's mostly it. I had a gentleman that came in. He was at least 350 pounds, very heavy set, robust gentleman. Told me he spends his spare time at the bar in the town that he grew up in a small little side town from here. Can't figure out why he's all knotted up while you drive a truck and you're 350 pounds. And obviously he's not taking care of himself. I barely touched him and he was peeling off the table. And so they want that deep tissue because they think that's what they need, and that's not what they need. What they need is to lose weight and exercise and stretch and get a lighter massage. But for some reason, he wanted a 2-hour session. That's fine. I'll take your money. I'll take your money. And so that's where we're at for right now. I haven't had anybody too terribly crazy come in here. I quit going to all the networks because I found it to be a complete waste of time, and I'm not chasing those people. They can all pretty much fuck off. I'm just tired of dealing with them. And so we'll see what I get from this office, this little spa. It has about 4 treatment rooms, a kitchen, a supply room, and a laundry room. It's pretty nice. I'm going to tell you, it's pretty nice. And it's in a nice little town, a nice little side town, one that's full of predominantly white with a lot of money, and they like to spend their money on spa, spa, spa. And so, of course, we'll gladly take their money. We'll gladly take their money. And so that's all I have for right now, but I just wanted to check in and let you know there's more drama coming. There's more drama coming.